Good.
Okay, we should be back now.
And you keep overriding my edits of what the stream is, by the way.
Well, that's you enter it in the interface and then it posts every time. Okay, they say we're back officially. Sorry, I clicked on the buttons right down, trying to click on something. I accidentally clicked on the thing.
All
Professionals.
Right. We are definitely experts in this whole streaming thing.
That was intentional to restart the stream right at 4 o'clock.
And what was ironic about that is that I was just saying how we stream all the time. You know, we don't just stream it once a week. We stream all the time now. So we used to just stream once a week and then monthly. Now we stream all the time. So we've gotten to be experts. We don't make any mistakes anymore.
Never.
So that's awesome. Anyway, we do this once a week and all the time now. And so on these weekly live streams, we do prizes. And how many ways are there to win prizes, compatriots?
2.
That's right. You can enter the prize drawings that we are having during today's live stream. There will be 2 drawings, and you can enter them 2 different ways. You can either make a purchase on our web store, and that will enter you in the drawing, and there'll be 2, one for 50 and one for 45. Or you can go inside the game and you can type our not so secret phrase. And this month, we are honoring our heroically small team who still manages to put out an amazing amount of content every month, and our heroic community who also puts out a heroically large amount of content for each other each month. And so it is no I in team is the phrase that you enter to win a prize. There's also prizes that you can win this week, or actually and every weekly live. And the stretch goals, which this month are Hero Team stretch goals, have nothing to do with a movie that just came out yesterday. That is the culminating moment of a long-running multi-movie saga by a well-known comic franchise. But if you do happen to make a purchase during the release from the web store, or you participate in our rewards program, you will get one of these hero-themed stretch goals, including a replenishing box of green growth potions. So if you've used one of our growth potions, which make your character get larger, these do the same thing, except they also make you green. I don't know where we got that idea. A set of 6 glowing cube decorations. We initially incorrectly listed them as 5, but there will be 6 glowing cube decorations. A red full face mask with a glowing forehead jewel, a lightning hammer with wrist strap and a winged helm, a round shield with a star on it, and maybe some stripes, and a matching leather helm, some dragonfly wings, and a antennaed plate helm. That's also going to have it's going to have the radio built into it, like some of our clockwork helmets. A golden jeweled gauntlet, and I saw some speculation about it, and yes, it will be a single gauntlet. So when it'll go in your hand slot, but it will only show. It's not going to be 2. It's going to be a single gauntlet. And if we make it all the way there till the end, it'll be a red and gold variation of the clockwork armor, but it's going to have a new helmet that'll completely cover your face. I don't know if you've seen the other clockwork armor where you can still see part of your face, but this one will have a full face covering. It'll also have the radio built in, like our other clockwork armor. And again, any visual similarities or thematic similarities to a well-known franchise are pure coincidence. Absolutely coincidence, these stretch goals and their similarities. Please don't sue us, Disney.
Someone wants to know if there are hats where you can adventure and listen to the radio. I don't know if they're trolling us or not, but yes. There's the ether amplifier, the portable one, and the clockwork. helmets, built-in radios.
Yeah, the Clockwork helmets have built-in radios in them. Yes, and then there was an aeronaut outfit that had them.
Right.
Yeah, with a helmet that had them. That expired, but that may show up in the vault now that the vault is launched. And speaking of the vault, some shop updates. The crown sale that we had for the last several months is now over, so crowns are back to their regular price. But some good news is that Travis added some decoration services to the hall pieces and a couple of rooms to the Ancient Stone set. And also the blue and green marble dungeon sets also have some decorative surfaces added to the hall pieces. So if you have those or have considered purchasing them, but you're like, well, I wish they had more deco surfaces, Travis fixed that. So that makes them way more usable. So that's pretty awesome. There's a new dress in the Crown shop as of the version 959, which if it's not live, will be live soon.
The way for them to get it is becoming live. It's been in the game since yesterday.
Yeah,
I've had one on for a while.
And then the Vault, which launched yesterday with the release, has the first round of 9 items that will be available for the next 2 weeks. They expire on May the 9th. That include, and the items that we've brought back for that first 2 weeks are Rabbit-tailed Bodice, the 2018 Lepus Mask, Spotted Rabbit, the Ornate Tansu Chest, and the set of the Elven houses, including Elven Tree Home, Elven Keep Village Home, Elven 4-Story City Home, Elven Row Home, and Keep Village Home. So those 9 items are there for a limited time. And then we'll swap them out for another 9 items, and that's going to be what's going on with the Vault. And reminder that the Dark Star items are still available, but those are going to expire next Friday, along with all the other spring items. When we have our R65 live stream, which is next Friday, and then the next day is the Deco contest, where we'll be going through all of the contestants that have entered that. And then this weekend, there's a couple of big community events. Well, actually, 3 now. We were reminded that there's the monthly tea party is this weekend. But then there's also Wild Safari's 1-year anniversary party. And then there's the big Black Sails Obsidians Are Coming event that's also happening this weekend. And you can check those out in the community events section of our forums. A couple of those are in the Release 65, and then the Tea Party is in the Recurring Events section. So check those out. And if you haven't played Release 65, there's all sorts of really cool stuff. We had to do a bunch of patches for Release 64, as you guys know. We're not too happy with the quality or stability of how Release 64 turned out. Our apologies for that. We talked about that in the last couple of streams. I know Chris has talked about that in a few of his streams as well. That meant we didn't get quite the original goals we had set ourselves for Release 65, but we still got some really cool stuff in there, like some new features for house decorations, so the ability to scale some home decorations, the ability to, we expanded which items could be flipped. So before that was really like, I think only books could you flip. So we expanded which items could be flipped in home decorations. There's new female peasant wearables. So the wearables that are the clothing that female peasants in Novia wear are now wearables. And those can be found in these new rare random encounter merchants. So that makes them kind of cool and rare.
That's cool.
And the other items that are on those rare merchants are wooden statues and tabletop versions of the Greco-Roman statues. And so, again, we kind of decided to make them kind of like these cool rare items that you find. The Vault, which we just talked about, which is where we bring back for a very limited time at a premium price some items that were expired. We did some balancing on tamed pets, which is why the theme for today's live stream, which when we show those off, we're going to talk about those specific changes that Atos worked on this release to make creatures that specifically creatures that you tame better balanced. We did some crafting balance. B did a really awesome job. Beezus did a really awesome job this release on some really cool things, both that had been requested by players and that we have also been talking about internally for a while, and we just never made time for. And then we just decided to make time for them. So a couple of big ones are balancing the weight of items of the raw goods versus the finished goods. So before it was inconsistent about that sometimes, which was that there was a big balancing pass on that done. We also made it so wood pulp uses the bonuses, the batch bonuses for refinement. We also made a bunch of, almost all of the the most used consumables like healing and focus potions and teleport scrolls now can be batch recipe created. So that was a really big improvement as well. So some really cool crafting balance stuff done. And we added a couple more young dragons. We made some improvements to how wave battles work. Scotty, when he did a bunch of the spring equinox items, had created some unique visuals for the Lord British birthday cakes, and so we connected those cupcakes to the Lord British cake. So those of you who own those cool, unique Lord British cakes, those now have some unique cupcakes associated with them. So when those do their little loot drops on them, you'll get those now. We made a bunch of scene updates, including Deep Ravenswood, etc. And we're going to do next week during the release 65 live stream. We're actually going to do a world tour. We're going to look at Deep Ravenswood. We're going to look at some of the new quests that got added in No Reach, etc. And we're going to look at where those new young dragons went, and some other things like that. And then we added a bunch of live stream items. We had a big backlog of all the way back to release 60, 61, 62. We had a huge backlog of live stream items, and so we got all of those in the game. And this time, you've actually delivered, unlike the last release. Those are actually delivering this release. So our apologies about last release, but we actually are getting them delivered this release. So again, even though we didn't get everything we wanted to in release 65, we still got a bunch of cool stuff. So thank you everyone for your patience, and we still got some great stuff. So if you haven't tried out release 65, you absolutely should. The crafting balance with some huge improvements. The new decoration features are great, and some of the scene updates are really good. And again, if you make a purchase anytime during release 65, we have some really cool stretch goals this time that have nothing to do with the movie that just started yesterday. So can't wait to see people getting large and green or wearing their. I actually wanted yesterday because there's not a ton of options when you're a bald guy for hero costumes, but I was very tempted yesterday to dress up for the opening as Vision, paint my face red and glue a crystal to my head.
Star, can I cut in for a second?
Yeah.
I'm being told that we have prizes available.
Prizes?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'm Bobby's voice today. So the first prize is a wolf mask. Going to, I'll probably say these names wrong, of course. I should always point it out. Is it a Marth Shadow String? They get a wolf mask. A wyvern mask goes to Samsara Invictus. The horse statue goes to Rhiannon Rogue. Fancy riding outfit goes to Nymphadora Nightshade.
Oh, nice. I like that riding outfit.
Adobe Stables is now going to Rada Torment. And the Barn two-story village home goes to Sephiroth Scourge. Actually, those weren't too bad, those names. I think I probably got it in the ballpark. So congratulations, everyone.
Woo.
Yay!
And I want to take, since we're on a little break here anyways, and Star needs time to breathe, I want to thank Frogtown Hero ×5 for subbing up a bunch of people. You guys better use the Mojito and the Dark Star emotes that he just got for you. And huge thanks
thank
to
you.
Winfield Pax Lair for 1,000 bits, and Snugs times 100 over 100 times 100. Noob Sky Bladder, Michael Dragon Breath, Snugs, Skaggy Media, Oopvale, Snugs, Iron Fist Warhammer, Viper Mortal. I think Viper threw in some beer money for you there, by the way.
Thank you, Viper.
That's all.
All right.
Just getting caught up.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for the bits. We greatly appreciate it. It is awesome. And so that's everything that we got in for Release 65. So thank you, my awesome development team. You guys rock. It's amazing how much we still get done in a month, even though we are tiny but heroic. And then there's all sorts of cool stuff left to do in 2019. So crafting specialization, where you'll be able to choose your effect. A UI just for groups of groups, i.e. raids. Grandmaster only effects. More balance work for pets. And we're going to be able to flag your row lot as empty. Mannequins to be able to display your gear. Finally, another thing we've been talking about is right now you can only dye cloth wearables, but we've been talking about unlocking the ability to dye leather and metal items as well.
Awesome.
So that might be coming soon too. Customizable NPC convos, that's coming as well. More loot improvements, more improvements to fishing, more improvements to boss AI and fights. And then, of course, episode 2, which will include new areas, an overhaul of the quest and journal system, theater system, treasure hunting with treasure maps, which is awesome. You know, we've been talking about that for a while now. And then I just saw that Ultima Online did a big update to their treasure hunting and system. So they're probably feeling the heat, right? Because we've been talking about it. So that's probably
probably.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Sure. And then item affinity. So using your weapons and gear will earn titles and abilities for those items. Like Skeleton Slayer, and you can trade those to other people. So it's like, it's another sort of enchantment / masterworking for items based on use. Taming expansions. So there are ways to level up your pets. And then direct access to their skills as you, the tamer, summoner. So they're not just doing it on AI, that you actually have control over what they do. And then expanded permissions for containers and doors, all part of 2. So lots of cool stuff. So very exciting times. So that's my summary for the nude. And thank you again, community, for supporting us. We are really, really super humbled by how much support you guys provide us. We're excited that we keep our system. So push down new content and bug fixes, and it's been a great time. So shall we talk about taming?
Sure. So we want to start off both Travis and I are both kind of taming noobs. I do taming, but the taming I do is almost purely to test balance and bug fix and make sure stuff works. But we were both like, let's look around and see if there's anything we're missing that we should talk about today. And we both thought these videos were awesome. I'm pretty sure the guy who makes these videos is not on the stream because it's probably like 2 a.m. Where he is in Australia. So let me put these guys on, and also thank you ×3 YOLO Sleeve. Thank you Muggly Wump Mugly,
I don't feel bad
Wumple,
outing his
and
location because
Snugs.
it's going to be obvious in a set.
Yeah. Let's
Oh.
see. You guys ready? Here we go.
We should probably preface these comes from sodahelp.org, which is a
So
huge
you wanna learn
compendium
about taming?
of helpful videos made by the community. Elgarian curates it to make sure they're all current.
Awesome. Here we
G'day,
go.
avatars. My name's Wolftam, and I reckon I know a thing or two that should get you started.
I don't hear sound
Come
from
on
the
into
video,
my barn,
Chris.
and I'll show you a few of the critters you have a chance
Because
You guys,
I'm muted.
yeah, you guys
Never
won't.
mind. You're good.
You guys won't.
to tame yourselves.
They will.
Here are a couple of beautiful bay horses that I got in the Nightshade Pass recently. There, fella. Good boy. Easy to tame. Over here, this is the mighty patriarch bear. Don't be fooled by his cuddly look. Watch this. Hey, big fella. Whoa. You see that? They can be particularly nasty, so take care if you go after one of these. Speaking of the particularly nasty, as you progress in skill level, you may want to seek out the more exotic, more powerful creatures that can be found around New Britannia. Over here is the legendary Darkstar Corpion. They like to bury themselves in the dirt and have a really toxic poison. And I hope you're not arachnophobic, because this 8-legged nightmare is the ferocious red spider. Well, those are a few of the critters I got in my stables. Let's get you started on filling your own. First up, you're going to need to be aware of the taming tree. By pressing K, you'll bring up your skills tree and you can navigate into taming. Right at the top is the tame creature skill, and you'll use this to tame your own critters. Also important at this time is the summoning skill, which you'll use to call forth your newly tamed friend. Pretty simple, right? Well, there are a couple more steps first, so meet me up at the crafting pavilion. Ah, there you are. I was just going to create the items you need before we can begin taming. We need to create a taming collar in order to tame our critter, so make an animal collar on the tailoring table. And we also need a summoning whistle to bind them to. You can create an animal whistle on the carpentry table. Once you have those both made, head over to the alchemy table and splash a bit of silver on them to make the items we need. Voila! We're almost ready. Just before you can head out, we need to drag our taming skill from the tree down onto our bar. And now we're ready to get our first tame critter.
So he's got 3 of these. I was going to show 2 of them just because I thought they were both good and very informative. And that's, we're looking at these and like, you know what, he did a better job than we could ever do. Oh no, that's not what it was. There we go.
So you want to learn about taming, part 2. G'day, avatars. You found me out in the field tracking down your first critter to tame. Now, a couple of ground rules before we start. Number 1, and most importantly, don't go trying to tame a bear on your first day. They can be particularly ornery, and you're more than a little likely to lose a limb. 2, you don't have to start in the forest. In fact, we're here in central Brittany today. And 3, you gotta expect to get bit. It's kind of the tamer's rite of passage. Okay, enough of the rules. Time for the final prep. Make sure you've dragged your taming glyph from the skills panel onto your bar. And you'll also need to equip the summoning whistle we made. So open up your inventory and drag the whistle onto your necklace slot. Okay, we're good to go. And if you look just over there, I've spotted your first critter. Now, quiet as you can, we'll sneak up on this little guy. The element of surprise is always an advantage, so keep your distance when approaching your target. Okay, I'm just out of sight behind these boxes. Make sure you target your critter by clicking on him. Then, when his back is turned, hop out from your cover and click your taming glyph. Easy, boy. Easy there. Take it easy. Come on, mate. I just want to be your friend. Good boy. Aha! Success! Well done, everyone. We got ourselves a husky. Now to call him out, we just need to use the summoning glyph. So press K and open the skills tree, navigate to Taming, and drag the summoning glyph to your bar. Now click the summoning glyph, and our brand new friend is here. You can even right click on him and give him a name. Let's call him Atlas. Until next time, stand proud, Avatar.
I don't think we want to watch the cat video.
Yeah, I love those. If you guys have kids and watch Wild Kratts, it reminds me of...
Cat video? What cat video? Wait, are we missing a cat video?
So you want to learn about taming?
The last one.
Part
Also only
3.
2 minutes.
G'day, Avatars.
so
I hope you brought a spare pair of underwear
sodahelp.org.
because
I guess I
today
linked it in
we
chat and I
hunt
guess it
big
got
game.
moderated.
And looking at the signs, I think we're on the trail of a giant patriarch bear. Look there. Yep, just as I thought. This is a fresh patriarch kill. It means he's close by, so we better get prepared. Now, unlike the smaller critters you can tame in Novia, these big boys require a bit more preparation. You're going to need to use your combat deck, so fix it up with some attacks, defensives, heals, and of course your taming glyph. Oh, and don't forget to pop your summoning collar into your necklace slot. I think you know what might happen if we go in unprepared. Alright, let's see if we can't get a little closer. Whoa, hold it here. Look at the raw power. Crikey. That big bugger just took 2 of them down. I bet you're glad you packed that second pair of undies now. Okay, this could work out good for us though. When a beastie is battle worn, they are actually easier to tame. Behind this tree a moment. Geez, he's a big boy. I think we would do well to cast a root spell on him first to give us a couple of extra seconds. Get ready. Make sure he's targeted. And now that his back is turned, go for it. Roots first. Taming now. Easy, you big brute. Easy. Easy, big fella. Easy. Uh-oh. Settle. Calm down. Ow. Settle down. Oh, that's gonna scar. Quick, try again. Gently. Take it easy now. We don't want to hurt ya. Easy now. Come on. Take it easy now. Come on. Ha ha! Congratulations, Avatars. We just tamed ourselves a patriarch bear. Stay safe out there, Avatars, and good hunting.
So anyways, there you go. That's taming for you. We didn't think we could do any better than that. But yeah, that's...
And stream over. And see.
Yeah, Travis found those earlier, and we were both watching them and dying laughing. We'd never seen them, and I don't know why, but they only had like 50 views a piece, while other taming videos on there had like 5,000 views. So go give them some views. Good stuff. All right, I guess we should talk about other taming stuff too. Liz, did you have anything ready to go? That's Lancel.
I mean, I have like a taming deck and a collar, and we can go like do what we just saw done and try and tame stuff in the wild. Or I thought maybe if we want to invite people to show us their awesome rare pets or something, we could do that also. I got a couple on me. Let's see.
Yeah, so, and you should talk about balance changes you made and maybe show off a wyvern.
Oh yeah, totally. Let's see. I got a wyvern.
Just the wyvern change. Do you want to talk about the change you made to the wyvern?
So there were changes. There were changes to a few pets, but they were pretty minor because I didn't want to buff up the pets and then add extra stuff to them, because I'm going to be adding the extra special stuff to them that'll be more like AE party helping stuff, which I'm going to try to get on all pets, because that's, in case people didn't know, that's one of the things is if you're soloing like a pet, great, awesome. helps a ton. But if you're in a party of like 8 people, it starts to annoy people. So you kind of need a reason to justify why you're there, or else you get scorned by the rest of your party. Let's see. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh yeah, I have nameplates off now. Whoops. Looks like you just teleported.
I'm here.
So we were trying to buff up the pets again, as I've said many times on the stream. We're trying to not do the whole giant pendulum swing back and forth thing where we make stuff really powerful and then we have to nerf it. We make it really powerful and then you have to nerf it, because that is pretty infuriating to the players. And we didn't want to go that route where we do everything. So everybody gets a little nudge every release. This release, although things got a little bit of a nudge for health and stuff like that, actually the demon got a bigger nudge than anything else did this release. I can summon that out, but we're here to talk about taming. So the cooler thing this time around was although the baby dragon taming got pushed to next release, the baby dragons are in there now. You guys can start scoping out where to find the different colors, because there's lots of different colors out there. But the wyvern was one of the pets that we added that, of course, everybody likes to have it out because it looks cool. And then when they go into actual combat, they put it away because it's not as effective as other stuff. So I wanted to make it more effective without going too crazy with it. And that's one of the things I'd noticed was the poison on it. There's some of these older skills or abilities or poisons, attacks, that are a constant value. They don't scale up in power with the creature, and that his poison was one of those. It was doing like a fixed number, like 5 to 8 points of damage at all times. So I took that and I made it scale up so it gets more powerful as he gets more powerful with his level. But then also I wanted to try and make it, he's a cool pet, and obviously he looks terrifying. I thought it'd be cool to make him have a few PvP featured abilities, things that were useful in PvP. So he's kind of a PvP pet. Was the other way he could be even more useful. Obviously, you can't sneak up on somebody with the giant wyvern out, but still, the abilities he has some strength debuffs that's useful in PvP or PvE, reducing damage from targets. So his poison, when it lands, will also do a strength debuff of 10 points or more, depending on whether or not you're taming specialized. Again, always trying to make sure taming specialization has meaning. And then also the other thing that makes it even more PvP focused is he will drain focus, which is one of those things that doesn't do much of anything at all to most PvE creatures, but in PvP that's actually pretty meaningful. So he has PvP kind of focus skills, and he can drain, I think his poison, if he lands his poison, can drain up to 50-ish points if you are taming specialized, which can be fairly significant, especially with the guys out there like doing the Shield of Air, which is another thing I need to get balanced soon, speaking of balancing and pendulum swinging. But you want to go fight something? You want to go check out some things? We didn't plan too much for this. Let me see. I think I've got a tamed bear. Why don't you pull out your wyvern so I can check his stats?
His name is Steve Atwater because he's orange. Let's see. Okay.
I don't have my necklace on. Hold on. I'm going to get out some stuff here too so I can show off some stats, because the other thing I want to show off was what the taming specialization, how important that is for tamed creatures. And for those who are wondering, taming specialization, the bonuses it gives to the creatures, it makes them significantly tougher, pretty much across the board, but it is only for the person with taming. So if you're the taming specialized guy and you go capture something and you hand it off to somebody else, that creature's not going to be any tougher for them just because you were taming specialized. It's the taming specialization that actually makes it, the creature's more powerful.
Well, we should mention, if you're not a tamer or don't have very high taming skill yourself, you can buy creatures that other people tamed with like higher skill levels, and it takes a much reduced summoning creature skill level to actually bring out. Similar to you, people remember you could buy a dragon, you only need like 80 taming to control it instead of 100. So pet shops are a big thing.
Yeah, I thought I had some bears. That must have been on QA. So we're up to
Rename
you.
them because they'll sort in your inventory if you rename them by their name.
Yeah, I didn't. I sadly did not rename him. So you've got right now. I've got him up there. Do you have taming specialization on? I'm showing off his stats right now.
No, I
Probably
don't.
can't see. Why don't you turn on taming specialization? Because again, he's at 728 and 148 right now.
There's true. Hold on, I gotta hack set my stats. I remember to take them down later too. So taming.
Do.
There we go.
All right. So I think you're gonna have to unsummon him and resummon him before it'll move up.
Makes sense.
And did you set it to train?
No, I have it on down.
That's probably what you actually had to do.
Do I have to rezone to
You don't have to
get my,
rezone. Nope.
get my summon to work? To get the summoning skill to work, rezoning worked. I just drag it in.
While you're doing that, thank you for B4DC45U4L. I'm trying to translate what that means. Thank you for your sub. John Marcus, thank you. Omega Flux, thank you very much, times 444. Viper Mortal, Mr. Consistency, Iron Warfist, and Snugs, and Mugly Wumple, and Down Diolo Sleeve, I know we've done before. Hold on. Do. Oh, and while you're
the
doing
timer.
that,
There's a timer, right. I was getting impatient. I want instant dev stuff.
while you're doing that and wasting our time, I'll jump over here.
Yeah, I brought some pets. Did you bring some pets?
And just checking to see. So it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots still available. I bet a couple of these restricted are actually available as well. There's still 6 lots available. How many were we up to there? Yeah, so there's 104, so we're over 90 people in the tournament. So it looks like I picked a pretty good price because it's going to work out to be almost exactly what I guessed it would be, which would be about 100 people taking part. Which is really kind of my limit anyways, because for those who know about the Deco contest stuff, it's going to... we're going to have to go to each and every house to take a quick view and a vote on each house. So we really only get about a minute or two per house.
No way. I know what's
So I'm going to be teleport, quick view, score, voting, next house. So I will be a busy camper. I may have to share my spreadsheet with somebody else and let them enter the numbers if I'm doing all the driving. Come on, where's your pet, man?
Where's your pet? One sec.
Oh, thank you, John Marcus, for 1330. Oh, no, you want me to sing on the air? Thank you, Twilight Tempest, for 500.
Yeah, he looks a little beefier.
Yeah, so now... Hey, look, his pet, now that he has Taming Specialization on, is up to... And again, this may be a little hard for you guys to see, but right here is what I'm looking at. Here's his health. So his health is up to 1310. And his strength is also up roughly 100 points as well, which strength directly correlates into the damage that you do when you... Or he does when he hits. So anyways, for those, if you're wondering about taming stuff, again, this is not one of the toughest creatures. That's another thing worth mentioning is that in time, I'm not going to say next release, but in time we do hope to have things that are the equivalent to the Obsidian Destroyer bear pet, top tier pet, but I have that in most of the pet categories. I think the one that had been mentioned was you need to have a wolf pet that is competitive and call it like a bar guest. Like
Stunts brought their bear. Oh, Ollie.
Hey, Snugs. Let's see. Oh yeah, so here's a real tamer's pet. So you can see down here 2600 health, 2635, 320 strength. So Snugs actually is a tamer person who, when not throwing bits at us, is frequently asking taming questions. There you go. That's the real reason to have a pet. But anyway, so having an equivalent to... This one is an Obsidian Destroyer, right? Let's see.
One,
yeah, so that's an Obsidian Destroyer level, adventure level 127. So having an equivalent to that type of difficulty pet in each of the categories, which would mean that basically a tier above the where the current wyvern is, several tiers above where the wolf is. The baby dragons are going to be coming out. They'll probably come out in a weaker tier, but there's going to be some rare colors with those. Those will be a little bit of a Pokemon style thing where there's going to be some rare ones to pick up that'll be rare colored. All devs should buy a cam like Sanyo. I actually have that same camera that fuzzies out the background and actually does some cutting, but when I do that, it freezes up on me occasionally, and I think it's also important that you guys see that I'm emptying out these freaking shelves behind me. Actually, you can't because I moved all the stuff up from the bottom, but if you can see down, like the second shelf is almost completely empty. The shelf at the very bottom is completely empty. For those who didn't know, I've done quite a bit of shipping. More than 100 boxes shipped in the last few days. Woo! Go me. Keeping the USPS in business. Alright, so the other thing I did this release that is not really taming related, but something that was long overdue, is Snugs, you want to duel me and we can have my bear fight your...
We'll just instantly
fight my
go
demon?
pit fighting the animals.
Yeah, we're pit fighting the animals. That's exactly right. Someone call up Michael Vick and get him down here, and we'll get him to join in.
Oh, no.
Too soon? It's been like 10 years.
Too soon.
Oh, Paris says there's a huge PvP battle in the fall for my stream. We will go over and check that out next. I'm going to duel Snugs.
Oh, bear versus demon? Nice.
Bear versus demon. Now, my demon is, he's quite a bit tougher now. I am Chaos Specialized. I think he's still going to get owned by the bear, but the demon does have pretty good DPS now.
Oh, if you leave combat, let me try and give you this pet and you can summon it since you're driving.
Bear, we'll head over to the fall as soon as we see whether my pet can, the demon that has been recently buffed up. He was another one that had a Chaos Bolt that was a fixed damage rather than something that's scaled up. And then I fixed that at one point and it didn't do anything anyways, and it was because his intelligence wasn't scaling up. But now if you look at him, he should have, let's see, where's his intelligence? Now he's way smarter than us. I don't know why he's working for us. 832 intelligence.
Chris, I got a question. Do tamers like prizes?
Okay.
That's my question.
Do tamers like prizes? They do like prizes. Is
Well,
there any
I've got
betting going on here?
I've got some prize name ready. And the first one is a wolf mask, and it goes to Doran Toad Sticker. And then a wyvern mask is won by Buckaroo Bonsai. And then we have a horse statue going to Sirekur, S-I-R-E-K-U-R. You can spell it. Fancy riding outfit goes to Nordigems.
All right.
Adobe Stables to Iron Fist Warhammer. And then a barn 2-story village home to Edda Wolfgard. There you go. Congratulations, everyone.
Woo! Sorry, I was distracted by the fight. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss there. The bear owned the demon pretty well. Took like 700 health there. All right, so anyways, I know taming is not something where you can just stand back and let it kill anything, but taming is actually getting pretty powerful, and if you're a pretty good tamer and you know what you're doing, and you keep a pretty good set of pets on available for you, you can actually do pretty well with taming. Are you going to beat like a top tier archer who's really knows what they're doing? Probably not, but it does make for more interesting gameplay if you're taming specialized and you have the pet work as a taunter. That is another thing that I also remembered that I'd forgotten, was that I did not increase the... what do we have here? Large Arctic Wolf. Alright, I'll take that. I did not increase the taunt ability for pets, and that should be going up as well. For those who didn't know, the taunt for the skill and the escape skill both have aggro amounts that scale now. So it used to be it was a constant 100 no matter what level you were. If you were skill level 1, it was a 1, and if you were skill level 100, it was a 1. Now it scales up pretty quick. And I think if you are level 100, it gets about 200 aggro versus level 1 getting about 50 aggro. Am I supposed to summon this thing?
Yeah, wear the necklace, and then, as we just learned, pull out your summoning.
Oh wait, you renamed it something.
Skill.
What'd you name that thing?
I think it was LADEE.
LAD. I thought it was SAD.
It was whatever.
LAD.
A certain redhead in a show about fancy chairs they're all fighting for.
Oh wait, that's the necklace I need to put on.
Yeah, that's the name of her white wolf.
Oh yeah. Let's see, did I actually even put it out here? I didn't get my tame. Oh no, there it is.
Get your summoning out. There you go. So yeah, so right now though, the wolves are not super competitive. This is even with me having taming specialization. I think it's still, yeah, you can see that bear is 1,000. And that's one thing we do need to do still is get all the different tiers having something that is at least in the same ballpark as the Obsidian Destroyer. And we do have plans to get that out there, so you don't have to. Right now, you pretty much, you have to have a Obsidian Destroyer to be competitive. Where might people get the new wooden summon whistle and cheap taming collars that were added for newbies? That's a question from chat.
Oh, I have no idea. That would be a good one for B. Star might know, but he's probably muted and will fumble back in and not know either.
I'm glad we added that though.
I will look. Hold on. It's actually says in the instructions, but I will go reread them.
This is just so you know. This is Star to us every single day. Did you read the post? Did you? It's in the post.
Literally every day is me being passive aggressive to the team of saying, "Did you read the thing? Did you read the thing?"
Sometimes not very passive.
Yeah, sometimes not passive, just overly aggressive. Yeah, it's the outskirts vendors have it. It's also in most of the.
Oh, that's awesome. They've won it for a long time.
I think the carpentry vendors have it as well. So, yes. But if you read the R65 instructions, it actually has that information. It's surprising that most of that information is there. Not all of it. Then we often don't have all of that information. But that one happens to be in there.
All right. Well, I've been told that I really need to go see what's going on in the fall here, so we can make that our backdrop for the last 15 minutes or however long. But I do need to thank Cal Nightwolf. That's a name I don't see too often in the bits. Thank you very, very much. And he says, "Nice. It would be nice if it had a dire wolf." Vipier Mortal. That's a name I always see. Mr. Consistency. Jabrier Wold. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you, Snugs, for the 300 bits and for the use of your bear to destroy my demon that was just buffed up to actually be pretty competitive, but apparently not competitive with a real tamer. And John Marcus, I'm going to get you your song when I'm zoning. And Twilight Tempest, thank you for the 500 bits. And John Marcus, in case you guys don't know, during my week streams, if you give me 1337 bits, I'll sing the song for you.
Team Fish.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and teleport over to the fall.
We have talked about fish bowls and fish tanks. I don't think you could like control the fish and tell them to do stuff, but we have to talk about fish pets. Well, thank you, YOLO.
All right, zoning over to Para. We'll see how he's doing. And while we're zoning, I'm going to sing the old classic, the first song I ever sang for you guys, just because it's quick. And it's something I sing to Maxine. I've got a whale of tale to tell you, lass. A whale of tale or two about flapping fish and the girls I love. Nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. There was Mermaid Minnie, met her down in Madagascar. She would kiss me anytime that I would ask her. Then one evening our flame of love blew out. Blow me down and pick me up. She left me for a trout. All right, we're here. That was my stalling. Pretty sure you got your money's worth on that. All right, maybe not. And also, so you know, I'd let them pay me to sing, and people are asking how much they get to pay to make me not sing during the weekly streams. I do need to get some type of competitive bidding.
I could extort money since I am such a terrible singer. I could do my Drunken Sailor song.
Oh, you guys are going to be sad if you try to... Oh, what? Son of a...
Hey, your wolf's dead.
Just gave you that wolf. You brought it to the fall. Resurrect it, please.
Let's see, where's that resurrecting thing?
It's one of the few creatures I've actually went to the scene and legitimately tamed and...
Game of Thrones reenactment right there.
Had it for years.
that is a little Game of Thrones.
Went to you, 2 minutes, dead.
Yeah, exactly, Bristleburr. Oh no, White Bang! And look, we can teach the so yeah, if you don't resurrect it, what happens?
It's gone. It becomes disconnected from the whistle, and you have a dead pet that's not coming back.
Hey, it's still dead.
Why does it still look dead?
Chris, you're...
Oh my god.
I'm a noob.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now he's moving. Oh.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh,
that's just wrong.
Again.
Oh my god.
I think I might have just dismissed it while it was dead. Does that do something wrong?
Wah, wah.
What's on the necklace now? Did you just permakill my wolf?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure he just perma-killed that wolf.
That's okay. I only had it for like 2-3 years.
Not a big deal. Totally not a big deal.
Oh yeah, you still have some time. Yeah, you have a little time to try to do the pet res, which could be hard to pull off.
I'm gonna do GM Ghosts so they don't try and fight me, because that would be a waste of time.
I say as I come in here with my polar bear, let's dismiss him. Don't bring your favorite combat pets to PvP zones.
For those who don't know where I am, this is probably a much better backdrop anyways. Even though I know PvP has a limited appeal, but just in terms of beauty, this is a scene... Who made this scene, I wonder?
Collaborative effort.
The only thing that makes me sad is, for those who don't know, I started this scene, And I wish we had a before and after of what it looked like, the thing that I made, and then what it ended up being. Who dog? What dog just barked?
That's my dog.
Oh,
Oh, in
I
real
thought I
life.
was being haunted by the
He's
ghost
on
of
camera. It's like a-
the
keep
ghost
trying to
of
get my-
white of Sadie. Oh, look, this dress. Woo! Yeah, the scene looks.
We can get an icon of my dog, I think. So Hero gets his time in the spotlight.
Do. But anyways, this is probably more people PvP here than anywhere else. If you watch any of the bots on Discord, this is where all the PvP action happens. Oh, here's one. Maybe this one is for you, Star. I think I know the answer. Will the new wedding dress be dyeable?
It is. The one you're wearing is dyed.
Really? And also, before anyone asks why I'm playing a female character, why I switched, looks like I've got, like I had some suntan issues. I think that's just the angle of the light above me. But I switched to be a female character because they identified the problem with the getting stuck sideways that half the game saw and nobody else could reproduce, and it was because you needed a female character to reproduce it. So I'm going to try to play with a female character most of the time so I can try and reproduce some of the problems that only occur with one model.
It's very noble of you.
Now, I'm not sure if they're actually organized in here or not, or if this. It seems these guys are working together. But
What
it
are
looks
the,
like
let me
they've
see
got
what are the
a
names?
they've got a barricade up here in case people don't know. That's Icefield plus any AE whatever is pretty deadly as you slow down as you run through your meteor shower, ring of fire, and those
Owl
type of things.
guys.
So it's
I've seen some owl guys in a minute.
Well, with this really cool backdrop, I'm just going to remind people of the things that are happening this weekend. So a couple of free community events. There's the Black Sails event. There's the Wild Safari 1-year anniversary. And there is the Tea Party. All of those you can see in the community events section of the forums. You can see all the details about those. So check those out and support the community events. Fun stuff. If you're in Austin and you want to do a event in the Big Blue Room, aka the Real World, there's lists on the lake at Richard's property. There's actual jousting going on this weekend.
I was actually over there earlier today. Oh, I should tell people I was over there earlier today. I think I might have been crying on a stream earlier this week because I did tons of packing, and I realized I was going through and setting up boxes, and I realized we didn't have enough signed maps. So I messaged Richard, and I was like, Richard, you got to sign another 180 maps. And then he messaged me saying, I'm in town today, and I think he's in town for the lists on the lake for some part of that. Passing through for that at least, but that's we were over there at his property, and they were actually out there in armor, sword fighting when we got there. Maxine, my daughter, was very impressed.
Yeah, I think he's only there today. Tomorrow he's going to spread his father's ashes at Leonardo's museum.
Oh.
And a reminder, we've started our new stretch goals, the Hero Team themed stretch goals, which of course have nothing to do with the big event that's going on right now. And any similarities to them are coincidental and or parody by legal definition. So there you go, lawyers. And thank you, community, for all your support, and congratulations, winners of the prizes. And reminder, we have a Release 65 live stream next Friday, where we will be doing a world tour. We'll be doing a little sneak peek of the status of the Deco contest, but the official tour will be the next day on Saturday, but we'll be doing a little sneak peek on Friday as well. So lots of cool stuff going on. And a reminder, Release 65 is live, and there's all sorts of cool stuff, including new decoration features like scaling, new rare random encounter merchants, some crafting balance, some tame pet balance, new young dragons, some improvements to wave battles, new stretch goals, and some scene updates. So check it out.
And I wanted to call out if anybody sees if the action going on here is remotely interesting to them, and you're thinking you want to like maybe try it out, but you're watching these guys and knowing you're going to get slaughtered. Well, one, you're correct. You would get slaughtered if you fought against these guys to start off. But the event that is going on, I think it's on Sunday, the Black Sails event, is a pirate-themed, I think it's a pirate-themed PvP event. But it's in a town that has no ransom, so you can try out PvP without having to worry about them taking all your gear. So if you want a soft entry and give it a try, they do some decent role-playing stuff over there. Role-playing PvP. I expect we'll see a few of these same faces there too.
All right. There we go.
All right.
Shall we raid?
Yes, we should pick somebody, and probably I should pick, because I can at least tell you who we've raided recently is probably the more important thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been
Have a good
raiding
weekend,
like
everybody.
mad.
Thanks for all the bits and subs and follows. Can we get the option for no ransom PvP dungeons? I would imagine now that we have that, probably, right?
Yeah, that's a flag we can set, and that's one we can probably just expose to them so they could set no PvP dungeons. And that's one of those things, when I think about dungeons, that's one of the things I think is amazing is a PvP space, because it's a space that is, you can make somewhat interesting, you can make it large, it's not just like you're in an arena together, it gives you a lot of actual PvP other skills other than just who can do the most DPS, surprising and finding your way around and being able to escape and those type things. But having that in the dungeons where you can change it constantly, it's not always the same space, is really cool to me. Let's see. Over here, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've raided Grunhe recently. We just raided Monty, the GM, yesterday, and he was just about wetting himself. He was so excited.
That's pretty fun.
And
I watched that one.
he went from nothing to Twitch affiliate in about 10 minutes with our raids. So, who do we want to make a Twitch affiliate today?
Let's do Grundy.
That's what I'm checking to see. What Grunhe? Let's see. 22 followers. We could probably get them Twitch affiliate right here. For those who don't know, I think it's 50 to get Twitch affiliate. Let me make sure he's actually going live here. Yep, he's actually playing. Oh, he's in Deep Ravenswood. Raid Grunhe. And I heard some people, so there were some people who said Deep Ravenswood was awesome on QA, but it didn't seem to make it to live. So I looked at it, and it does look like it made it over. I'm going to see if there's possibly some integration thing going on. But you guys ready to raid? I already typed it in.
Do it.
Yeah.
Everybody follow
Okay.
and make this guy an affiliate for us right away and make his day. You'll be
follow,
super excited.
Follow who we raid.
Yep.
So we're trying to support the streamers who support us.
All right, here we go, guys. I'm doing the raid thing. I guess everybody, so long. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for being great on the streams. Thanks for all the constructiveness. And anybody else? Anybody?
Thanks
you.
again, Wolfton,
Thanks.
for those awesome videos, and
Yeah,
Garian
amazing
for
videos.
maintaining sodahelp.org. If you have any tutorial questions, just go there. They have every possible subject.
Awesome. All right, clicking the raid button. Go, go, go.
Do it.